On this edition of Kababayan Today, actor and professor Dom Magwili shares how he uses performance art to teach Fil-Ams in higher education about their heritage. That's all next on Kababayan Today.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tonji. Setyembre na nga at dito sa Kababayan Today ang ating tatalakayin ay edukasyon. Our special guest for today has a master's in fine arts for acting and has personally helped me understand the meaning of performance, particularly for the Filipino-American identity. Naging professor ko siya sa University of California dito sa Los Angeles, pero nagtuturo din siya sa Cal State University sa Fullerton. Ang kanyang misyon ay nakakabilib. Gusto niyang ipagpatuloy na lumawak bilang isang artist sa pamamagitan ng pagbabahagi ng mga Asyano at Amerikano at Fil-American na karanasan sa pamamagitan ng sulat, teatro, pelikula at pagganap. His mission is to continue to grow as an artist by sharing the Asian American and Filipino American experience through writing, theater, film, and performance. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor. Please welcome my professor from UCLA for the fall of 2000-something, no other than Dom Magwili. Hello, Professor.
Hello.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Have a seat, please. So it's September and we are talking about education because everybody's going back to school. And I wanted to give an opportunity for Filipino Americans that are in higher education to talk about their experience, hopefully to inspire other people that are watching to understand what the college kids of Filipino-American descent are going through. And I understand that you have been in academics for a while, so I'd like to talk to you about your experience in higher education.
Well, my experience is that particularly if you are American-born Filipino, you have very little experience of your culture.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Oakland, California. I went to St. Joseph's High School in Alameda.
Both your parents are Filipino?
Yes, they are immigrant.
Okay, where from?
Tanay, Rizal
Tanay,
province.
Rizal, okay.
Yeah.
So they were born there. They moved here when they were how old?
Oh gosh, in their mid-20s.
Okay, they met here?
They met there.
Okay, and then they had you here. How
Yes.
many other siblings do you have?
My sister.
Okay, so you and your sister, you grew up in Oakland.
Yes.
Did they speak Tagalog to you
They
in the
did,
home?
but they were encouraged not to teach it to us because they were told that if we learned Tagalog, that our English would have an accent.
A lot of other Filipino-American parents think the same way.
Is that right?
Yes. That a lot of people, a lot of Filipino-Americans that I've spoken to that don't speak Tagalog are upset at their parents. They blame their parents because it's the parents, they look at the parents as the only ones who are supposed to teach them. But yet there's this mentality of not speaking it because we want to assimilate.
Yeah, well, survival technique. You're trying to get on in the world. I'm finding, I mean, after all my years of experience at UCLA, now at Cal State Fullerton, that is not the case. That
Not anymore. It's changing.
I don't think. I wonder if it was ever the case that young people who are adept in one language are able to speak the other one without dialect.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's actually a misconception that if you speak Tagalog, you can't learn English because as Noam Chomsky, the linguist, said that children have a capacity to learn as many languages as they're exposed to.
Yes.
Okay, so going back to your experience, you grew up, your parents not teaching you Tagalog.
No, and my experience was to embrace the major cultures. So I started out not very much affiliated with my own culture. We went to club parties and dances, but I mostly gravitated to school and found my way there. It wasn't until I became an actor and my first couple of years in Los Angeles that I embraced my culture, my heritage.
So you came in very late in the game, so they say.
Yes. I mean, the Filipino accent that I'm able to do, I couldn't do that till I was in my mid-20s.
Really?
It was a trial passage for me. And but now, I mean, I'm older. I treasure all that. I treasure the whole spectrum of my life experience, and I try to impress upon young people, in the collegiate level in particular, that wherever they are is where they ought to be. That is their journey, that's where they are. And to try to push them one way or another, it's like pushing a river. There's no point to it. They will evolve in their own time.
I see.
And we create a space where our cultures and our heritage are great treasures. And of value. We do it, in my classes, we do it through specifically the film and video aspect of it.
As well as performing arts.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about when you told your parents that you wanted to be an actor. How did they take that? Because a lot of Filipino parents force their children. There's a high expectancy to be a professional, a doctor, a nurse, you know, and you wanted to be an actor.
My mother always said that, oh, you know, law is always available. So they just hoped, I think it was, this inclination was something that would fade away very quickly and I would get sensible. I think my mother was very pleased that I went back and got my MFA degree. She said, see, I told you.
Yes, but MFA
in the arts.
In the arts.
Yes.
So when we return, I want to talk to you about how you're using art and teaching children to embrace their culture through performance art. Okay? I look forward to that. Nandito tayo sa Kababayan Today. Pinag-uusapan po natin ang edukasyon. Don't go away.